You guys were set to meet Elaine Wyvernspear and some of his pals in the town square. As you guys found yourselves in the town square, there was a large, giant crowd of people and these large wooden pyres with people kind of strung up on them, and it looked like they were going to be burnt at the stake. The New Dawn was there. The Archbishop, in fact, was there giving out this lengthy speech mentioning things like traitors and betrayers and heretics and things of that sort of nature. And after a short amount of time, good old Gustav was in the middle of the crowd and found himself losing control. At which point, the rest of the group kind of noticed and started using anything they had at their disposal to try and calm their pal, who was on the verge of pulling out his greatsword in the middle of the crowd. Eventually, you guys managed to knock him unconscious for a brief moment, but as you did, a chain of explosions went off around you in this large crowd, releasing a kind of dense, misty gas that started impacting you and the guards and the crowd, and it lingered there for quite some time. Started driving people insane. The crowd was killing each other. Gustav got up with his greatsword and just started hacking people in two and cleaving them, and Cinder was fighting guards, doing almost no damage. It was quite sad. And after all this kind of back and forth with you guys, going in and out of the effects of this gas, kind of losing self-control and self-awareness, Eric threw off a couple bombs, killed a bunch of people, but you guys managed to survive till the bitter end. Eventually the gas dispersed and most of the crowd had been killed by one another, including some of the Archbishop's guards, which you were fighting at the time when the gas dispersed. And after all was said and done, you guys took your unconscious friends and made your way with the escort of the guards once again to the nearest clinic to drop off your friends and get everyone healed up. The only two people left conscious were Cinder and Eric, who found themselves making a beeline for the Wyvernspear estate, running into Owain at his home and some of the guards that were watching him. You guys found out they managed to escape the gas and its effects before anything went wrong, and after a very brief discussion, Owain kind of corralled you guys into gathering what you could and trying to get out of the city before it went in complete lockdown. We left off with you guys out in the stables. They're preparing some horses for you. It looks like you had 2 horses on a wagon and 2 extra horses, one for you, Eric, and one for Cinder. And Owain was hopping up on the wagon at this point, and you guys were headed to pick up your friends. So that's pretty much where we'll pick up. As far as your horses go, Eric, your horse is pretty standard brown horse. Nothing too special about it. I mean, it's very well taken care of, very well groomed. And for you, Cinder, your horse is a gray horse with a little bit of white brindling throughout its coat. And yeah, you guys find yourselves in the city streets of Farhelm once again, kind of moving at a steady pace through the streets towards the clinic. The cart's loaded up with all sorts of supplies and goods and things like that. And for the first time in a little bit, you guys are, have like a little bit of a moment to breathe as you ride towards the clinic. And that's where we'll start today. You're on the road with Owain, headed towards the clinic. Anything you guys would like to do in particular? Or are you just truly going to try and get your friends as fast as you can?
I think we're going to get our friends as fast as possible.
I agree.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys have a mission, and you're on your way, and moving at a decent pace. You guys eventually find yourselves at the clinic. Wayne pulls up the wagon alongside the clinic and looks to the two as you dismount your horses. I'll watch the horses in the wagon. Bring your friends outside.
Eric will jump in and go get Velia's buddy.
Oh, okay.
You
So
don't
you
have
just,
to say it like I'm dead.
yeah, you just jump out with no regard for anything else and just run in and grab a unconscious Philia without saying anything, huh?
We're in a rush.
Give
Okay.
Wayne a little nod and follow Eric.
All right, so yeah, I mean, you guys make your way into the clinic. You gather up your friends. At this point, I don't think it's been... Teak gonna be last to be... Yeah, that's true. Teak is last to be picked up. It hasn't been too long, so your friends are still slightly unconscious, and as you're taking them out, some of the people running the clinic, they recognize you. You were in here nary half an hour ago, maybe just a little longer. They're like kind of trying to like, oh, no, you can't move them, stuff like that. But, I think you guys kind of ignore what they're doing and gather your friends. And as you take them out, Owain's just like looking at you guys, and I've cleared some room in the back of the cart. Just lay them down in there.
Eric will put Velia down and then go back for the next one.
So yeah, you guys get your friends. There's a little bit of room made in the back of the cart for them, and you kind of lay them down inside. And when all's said and done, yes, Cinder?
I put Gustav in like a position in the back of the cart where he kind of is like sitting, but like slumped over to the side a little bit.
Okay. So he's not laying down, he's just like slumped up against one of the crates with like goods in it or something.
Yeah, right. And then I would like sift through something real quick to see if I can find like a carrot or like a turnip or something.
Oh yeah, there's like sacks in the back, and some of them have like vegetables and fruits and things like that. So
perfect. And I just want to like put it in his like gauntlet and then close his like hand around the carrot.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you put a carrot in his hand and kind of close his hand around it, and he's just slumped there holding a carrot in his hand.
Right, that'll do.
What was that for?
Oh. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Okay.
Jump out the back.
Alright, yeah, you jump out the back. You've got Philia, Teak, Gustav in there. Everything's kind of chaos still. As you guys are taking people out, there's more people coming into the clinic and things like that, and they're like They try and stop you for a second, but they really just can't even afford to waste time. And eventually, you guys have your friends loaded up, and you're back on your way towards the gates. So, after not too long, you guys kind of follow Owain on your horses while he's in the cart through the city, and it's kind of just like chaos in the whole city right now as you ride through. There's lots of people in the street, but there's confusion. People are going every which way. People are kind of moving at this hurried pace, knocking stuff over, pushing others out of the way to get where they need to go, trying to find things, find people or whatever they're trying to do. And the guards are like in full force out on the streets trying to kind of corral people and move people in different directions. And you have guards out on the street like screaming out for people to go back, return to their homes, like stay there until everything's safe. Like they're scouring the streets and all this stuff, and it's all just kind of this chaos happening around you guys as you push through. And not too many people are kind of headed in the same direction as you guys. Like most people are kind of scrambling back into the city while you guys are moving towards the outside of the city. So it's a lot of you guys kind of just gently riding through this crowd as people kind of almost like water, like break apart and wash around you guys as you're in just this like sea of people pushing around you. But after a decent amount of time, you guys find yourselves down the long stretch of road that leads to one of the main gates that exits the city. And as you guys are approaching, you can see there's more and more guards kind of piling in. There's these patrols of guards kind of marching at a jaunt, like kind of jogging pace past you guys towards the gates. And it looks like they're just reinforcing everything. They're tightening up security.
We'll just let you do the talking then. Looking at Dwayne.
Suppose that is true. I'll do the best that I can. So yeah, you guys follow Wayne, and eventually you guys find yourselves at this large gate out of the city, and there's other people that look like they're trying to leave, other people with carts, and there's kind of like a line forming as people go through. And people lining up trying to get out. And you can see some of them have like itineraries and things like that, and the guards are like flipping through them, and there's more guards than ever. There's probably like 12 guards at the gate, and you can see these guards are like going through people's carts and things like that, trying to make sure that no one's smuggling anything out, like people or weapons. So you guys are kind of stuck in this line for the moment, waiting to try to get out of the city. And some people seem to be able to make their way through. And every once in a while you see that there's a bit of a commotion as these guards are turned somewhat away. And like they're trying to get out, and you hear some screaming and arguing, but eventually, regardless of the situation, it seems that most people are making it through. But no matter how much of a fight someone puts up that they won't let through, they're not getting through.
Quick question.
Yes.
It says as part of my Skulking Slayer thing that I get a pass for human EX thing.
Mm-hmm.
So at first level, when trying to conceal my half-orc heritage, a Skulking Slayer gains bonus on disguise checks equal to half the level. When using disguise to apply a specific individual, Skulking Slayer ignores the normal -2 penalty to appear as another race. How does that work? Like, do I need something specific to use this, or is it just something that I can do?
I mean, it's something that you can do. How you do it is really going to determine what it is. Like, how do you go about trying to pass for human? I mean, for you, but just putting up your hood, trying to obscure your face?
Yes, probably.
Okay, well, why don't you roll me your disguise check then, and we'll see how well you do trying to pass off as a human.
Okay, I will do that.
So you get, what, a +2?
Gains a bonus on disguise checks. I guess.
The bonus is the bonus to it is half your level? Okay, so a +1.
Yeah. Hold on, let me find this disguise.
Alright, that's not bad. You know, you kind of, what do you do?
I mean,
Enlighten us.
maybe like, I don't know if I have like dirt or something, just rub some like dirt on my face quickly and try to hide the greenness on my skin, and put my hood up. That's about it. And try to like bring my skin over my lips,
Your
over
tusks.
my tusk. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Take approves. So yeah, I mean, you guys find yourselves in this position with Ewain kind of impatiently waiting. And I think eventually you're getting nearer and nearer, and Ewain kind of looks to you guys. And you can see he looks like somewhat nervous. What exactly do you think we should tell them about your friends?
Probably that they were attacked during the mishappening in the square, right? A lot of people did.
That would make sense to me. I hadn't really planned this far ahead. I was expecting to just walk out of the city.
Maybe just tell them that they're dead and we're gonna go bury them somewhere.
What if they check their breathing?
Well, hopefully they don't, but I mean, they look well enough dead if you just glance at them from like the outside of the cart.
Yes, but it looks like they're doing more thorough inspections than that. I don't know if we can get away with pretending that they are dead.
Well, I guess you're just gonna have to pull some of that, wyvern spear power that you got there.
I don't want to draw any unneeded attention to us.
Understandable.
Maybe in my fits of anger, I would do something, but it seems unreasonable to go shouting as we try and leave the city after an attack that I am a wyvern spear.
It's okay. We'll just bribe them if we need to be. If we need to.
I don't think with that many guards in this sort of lockdown that bribes will work as easily. You know what I mean?
Well then, maybe we just get ready to bust through the gates.
Maybe.
Eric will nod.
I mean, we're all on horseback, right? So we'll be able to get a little ways out of the city, make a run for it, take out the stragglers that try to catch us.
If any try at all.
Let's just try and make it through normally first. If we bust through, they'll think we have something to do with the attack.
Eric will nod.
Aye, fair enough.
I'll try and be nice.
Like, run for it. So yeah, eventually you guys find yourself, nearing the front of this kind of checkpoint, and some people are going in, but it seems like as you guys are getting closer, they're turning away more and more people. The number kind of just seems to be increasing until eventually you guys find yourselves at the front of the line. One of the guards approaches the wagon that Owain's on, and another guard approaches the two of you on horseback. And he walks up to you two. Alright then. Anything to claim?
Not that I know of. We have some of our friends in the background. They're sleeping.
In the back of the wagon then?
He'll nod.
I see, so you're together.
Yep.
Alright. And what's in the wagon?
Just food and supplies.
Food and supplies. Your friends are asleep, are they?
Yeah, they're pretty injured. They're very tired.
Injured?
Yep. Did you hear about the square?
Of course I did.
We were there watching. Got caught in the mess.
I see. Trying to escape the city after the attack.
It's dangerous. Those
Most
people
people
are crazy.
Eh, so I heard. Kaiden, what do you have on you, your persons? Anything I should know about?
Eric will just pull out his clothes and pull out a book or something like that. Not that I know of.
See? And your friend here?
We'll look over at Cinder.
Does it look like I have a giant blade on my back?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Nothing really to declare, just this blade.
Alright. Well, I don't see any problems here. And as he's kind of like finishing talking to you guys, you can see the guy that was talking to Wayne has kind of moved towards the back of the cart. It looks like he's getting up on the cart. And he sees your 3 unconscious friends there. Starts looking at them. You see he like kick some of their feet to see if they wake up or anything.
Eric might be like, be careful, they're quite injured, please.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
He looks down at Gustav. He's like, hey, what's this bloke got a carrot in his hand for?
Dunno, what's he got a carrot in his hand for?
Oh, that's what I'm asking you.
Oh, he must have woke up and then grabbed a carrot and knocked out again. He gets pretty hungry, that one.
Oh, he does eat a lot,
Hungry?
doesn't he?
Say, well, he's covered in blood. Looks nasty.
Eric will nod.
Is you lot in the attack then?
Eric will nod again.
Goodness. You see anything strange there?
People just went crazy.
Strange. I mean, we saw we saw those
Peoples.
green clouds and mist and stuff.
Yeah, you sees any peoples? It's strange.
No, nothing strange like that. What exactly are you talking about?
Well, we're trying to find out who did it. You understand?
Oh, right, of course.
Alright, well, looks like it's just supplies and unconscious people in the back of this cart. I didn't say anything out of the ordinary. Let him go.
Thank you very much.
Gives you a little nod, hops down off the cart, and Owain just kind of slowly takes off with the horses,
Eric
gallops
will,
out of town.
Yeah, Eric will position his horse from behind the cart so he can watch the patients inside.
Sure. Yeah, you guys make it through the gate, and guys haven't been on the road too much, but there's probably more people on the road now than ever. It looks like a lot of people are trying to move quickly to make their way out of the city. So it's just this it's almost like you're in a caravan right now. There's other carts moving with you guys, and you're kind of blending in with everybody. And eventually, after you guys get a little ways out, Owain pulls the cart off to the side of the road and waits for you guys to pull up next to him.
Trot, trot, trot.
So yeah, he turns to you guys. So do we wait for your friends to wake up before we move on?
I don't think we have enough time.
Well, that's probably a good idea, really. Wake them up.
I feel like them being asleep could be a real issue.
Alright. Just don't want
In case
to miss
anything
any roads.
happens. I understand, trust me. But a situation like this is prime for brigands and bandits.
Eric will nod.
With all these people trying to escape in droves.
Right, that makes sense.
We should be prepared. Give your friends some time. Now, in the meantime, we can talk about possibilities. I've sent word to Cairn that my daughter and Dwarburn have gone missing, and I've given them descriptions and posters. So, the word should be spreading. Anyone who gives passage to them will be a criminal. That ought to deter a good amount of people. But in the meantime, I think Cairn is our best option to find them. That is where you said they were going, right?
Wild Meadow, right?
Wild Meadow?
Yeah.
I thought you said that they were looking for passage in Cairn.
No, I thought we told him that they said they were going to go to Wild Meadow. Because that's what he told us. He just said Wild Meadow.
Are you on drugs right now?
No? Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
I mean, I think you're remembering differently. He had mentioned a couple things. Old Robert. But I guess, he mentioned it to the wrong person, because you and Eric both have hamster brains.
I do have a hamster brain.
I'm not sure exactly. It was, I don't believe I was around when he was telling him where we were going to go and all that sort of stuff. Was Eric? Eric was the one that was talking.
Yes, Eric is the one who told me where they would be going.
Yes, Cairn.
Well, it seems like you don't know either. Their final destination was where?
They said they were going to take a boat.
To where?
Away from here. I'm pretty sure they were going to Wild Meadow.
So either Wild Meadow or Cairn. Wild Meadow is not a great place looking for passage.
Ah, you're right. So they must be going Cairn to get a ship instead. Maybe they were going through Wild Meadow?
To
It's a
Lorville,
bad time to forget. Alright,
along
let's
the
go to
coast.
Cairn.
No, this is not to just let's go to Cairn. I must know.
Wildmead, Cairn, we split up. No, Teak, no! If they're looking for passage, then it has to be Cairn.
I don't remember the mentioning of Wild Meadow ever.
Really? Am I the only one who's remembering Wild Meadow?
Well, Eric, what will it be?
Cairn.
Cairn it is.
Cairn
For your
it is.
sake, and my daughter's, I hope you are right.
Eric will nod.
So after some minor confusion, you guys kind of find yourselves with Owain on the road, waiting to see if your friends wake up or not. Well, we know they're gonna wake up, but yeah, after probably like another half hour of kind of waiting. At this point, Owain's like off the cart. He's kind of found a place to sit on a rock nearby. And he has some parchment and like a map and stuff like that. And he looks like he's, writing some things and looking at routes and things like that. But eventually, Gustav, you find yourself eyes kind of slowly opening up, and in your hand is clasped a carrot.
And I see, like, Cinder and Eric and Owain, or...
Yeah, you wake up and you look around a little bit and you see, like, Teak and Philia are next to you. And off in the distance is Owain kind of perched up on this rock. And Eric and Cinder doing God knows what.
Do Philia and Teak look alive?
They look alive. You see them, they look pretty battered, pretty beaten. You yourself, you're absolutely covered in, like, just dried up, like, blood and fucking, like, particles of flesh and brain or whatever. Like, I don't, just like chunks, like little particles of meat and bone.
Do I have all my stuff on me?
You do have all your stuff on you.
And does it seem like my wounds have self-closed as normal?
Your wounds are pretty well sustained. Yeah, they're not completely healed up, but
Okay, so they're not healed, but they've, like, stopped bleeding.
yeah, they've stopped bleeding and, like, started kind of coming back.
Alright, I'll sort of toss the carrot wherever, because it looks like there's more packs of food and stuff around, right?
There's, like, crates and some bags of food and things like that. You're just gonna toss the carrot on the ground, huh?
Like in one of the bags of food.
Oh, one of the bags. Yeah, sure.
I'll go out to meet the team.
Okay. So you kind of, like, lumber out of the cart, and Philly and Teak, like, you guys are kind of almost awoken by, like, Gustav climbing out next to you guys, moving the cart around and things like that. And, you find yourselves in a similar situation. Like, you're seeing Gustav, he's, like, covered in blood and guts and all this other shit, and, like, you guys are beat up and you're all, like, groggy, having a hard time remembering anything, just getting, like, flashes of this crazy shit happening all around you guys. But now you're in this kind of peaceful little, like, meadow outside the city, and Owain's on a rock writing. He's in, like, very, like, common street clothes, like you've never seen him before. He's under the radar, and Cinder and Eric and Gustav are all there. But you're all awake, and you're all together.
Head over to Cinder and Eric.
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of hot shots showing off their fancy horses that they're borrowing.
Wow, my horse is so
Oh, look
fancy.
who's
It's the
awake.
best horse I've ever seen.
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah. Looks like we all made it out alright, though.
Oh, I think we did. We think we made it out alright.
So, what exactly happened?
That is the question that I wish to ask all of you as well. What did happen?
You don't remember what happened?
I remember seeing Robin all set up to be burned, and Church of the New Dawn and Adela. Then look down at my hand. I sort of lost control of myself, and then just flashes of some sort of giant bugs or something.
Adela? Oh, you must have been hit pretty hard then, if you were seeing Adela.
I didn't see her, I just remembered what they'd done to her.
Oh, wow. There was like this green gas that made everyone go a bit crazy, right?
Eric will nod.
And
The green gas.
right. Yeah, it was terrible. It was like
It's not magic.
well, it was like from explosions, so it could have been. Well, it was probably more alchemical now that I think about it, because it was this explosions from the carts that made it happen.
Eric, I have seen you tinkering in such things. Does this sound at all familiar to you?
Well, you can make certain chemicals do weird things together, but I think that's even above my level of skill. It's probably possible, though. Very possible.
Do you know if anyone would be able to do anything like this?
I only know one other alchemist, and they burned her house down, and she was inside it.
I see.
But she was kind. She wouldn't have done this.
Has she ever spoken of such things before?
No.
I understand hatred for the New Dawn, but this is something else. All of those people dead.
I don't think it would be anyone that was against the New Dawn that would do that.
Don't you? Who else could it be?
What do you think it was then?
Oh, I think it was
Just someone out for revenge?
Well, not exactly. I think it was the New Dawn. It makes sense, right? The whole thing that they're on about is trying to get rid of alchemists and sorcery and all that sort of stuff. What better way to do that than to put on a public display of how bad alchemy can be?
The Archbishop was there, was he not though?
I mean, sure, he was there, but he didn't seem affected by it.
You're right, he wasn't. And neither were his guards. Well, some of them at least.
Some of them were, but I mean, for the most part, he seemed like he could take care of himself.
You never know, he might just be that strong.
An interesting theory to say the least. I am concerned about my city. If such things would be to become commonplace, it would be devastating.
Nod.
Well, let's hope it doesn't then.
And, how are your friends doing?
I think Gustav just woke up.
Yeah,
He's here.
they seem alright from what I saw.
Would they care to join us?
You're gonna see Philia in the back doing her hair, making sure she looks nice, trying to make herself presentable out of the back of a cart.
All right. Yeah, Philia's in there cleaning herself up. What's Teak doing?
Teak is petrified of Gustav. So she is sitting in the she's sitting in the cart, much like, let's say, you see those like abused animals in cages, and it's like in the
Yes.
arms of an
Yes.
angel. She's sitting in the back of the cart, looking like that, like very traumatized and not wanting to speak or draw attention to herself.
I see. I think Owain kind of like leans over on the rock and looks and kind of sees the two of you in there. Your friends look distraught.
I'll go check on them.
Philia will be like, give me a minute, I'm almost done.
Eric will mosey on over.
Yeah?
Yeah, grab Gustav. Yeah, Gustav, about that. Let's just say that what happened back there, and you not remembering, it's probably a good thing, right?
What's that mean?
Oh, well. I mean, it's not your fault. You know, like we said, it was the green gas made everyone go crazy, including you. Only problem was you went crazy. Nobody knew or could really kind of snap you out of it. You were in for the long haul, I'm afraid.
I take Cinder by the shoulders. What did I do?
Well, you slaughtered a bunch of people. You turned on Teak and Philia.
And me.
Almost, and Eric, I might add. Almost killed them all. I must say, I've never seen you swing a sword so good. It was like you were
Possessed.
possessed completely. Like something else was doing it. Quite frankly, I've never seen you with such power before.
When he says that, I sort of loosen my grip on his shoulders and let my hands fall to my sides. And it was the gas that made me do that.
Right, it was the gas that kind of made everyone look like weird demon things. And I suppose it did it to everyone, so everyone was just fucking killing each other. Wasn't a pretty sight at all.
So those bugs I saw weren't the toll.
Yeah, no, unfortunately every bug that you slaughtered was a person. Unfortunate, I know, but to make you feel a little bit better, at least you weren't dropping bombs all over the place.
I mean, the bombs that started the gas.
Well, Eric has bombs, right? Yeah. That shit was like mass exodus.
I'll look over to Eric, Philia, and Teak.
Eric's just listening as he walks over to Teak like, la 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 la, had a great... Just kidding. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay.
Gustav,
My oh my, what a wonderful day.
you're kind of sitting there and like you don't remember much of anything, but like you just kind of see like flashes in your head of like different things, and like one of them that stands out in particular to you is there's one. It's a flash of like this bug, but you literally chop this thing like in half, and it just like spewed blood and bug guts everywhere.
I mean,
Whatever that gas was,
cheer up. At least
we
you-
never see it again.
Well, I mean, there is some positive out of all of this. You did manage to cause enough commotion that gave, I think it was Eric, a chance to free Robin. So, from what we saw at the end of it all, Robin slipped out. Never saw her after that. Oh, and
So
you did get a couple of those New Dawn fuckers in your rage as well, so not all bad, right?
thanks for trying to cheer me up, Cinder.
Hey, no problem. You might want to go talk to
Leah's
Teak,
gonna
though.
give up. Billy's
Sorry,
just
you-
gonna give up making herself presentable. She's gonna disguise herself, join Eric in the wonderful singing of the morning, and make it reassuring to Gustav, just being like, "Don't worry, you killed all of us. We're all okay that it was the green gas."
What's your disguise look like? Is it just you but cleaned up?
It's me but cleaned up and inside the blue dress that's not that I don't got wings. I look human.
Gotcha. Okay,
Was
so you
that,
come out of the cart singing.
Is that actually what you sang, Philia?
It'll be something hopeful. Okay, it'll be like a calming, like, don't worry that you killed everyone. You're fine. You're a great person. Don't worry, you got friends.
Okay.
She jumps out of the cart. saying, "You got a friend in me.
It's not my best song because,
You
like,
got a friend in me."
It's not my best song because I got, like, cut in half by a friend, but, like, it's a reassuring song for the friend.
We all got cleaved. It's okay. The friends that get cleaved together by their own friends stay together. Except for their body parts, because, you know, they got cleaved
Yeah.
apart. But that's fine.
Not sure if Teak shares this sentiment that's going on.
Eric will go to Teak and be like, "You right, Teak? You right, Philia?"
Philia's gonna be like, yeah, don't worry about it. None of us had control. I slipped the last second, and I don't remember much after that. And then, Philia's gonna, like, try to coerce Teak, being like, come on, let's go to the front.
Teak resists. She does not go to the front. She is.
Eric will sit with her.
Philia's gonna use Pip to help with the coercion of Teak.
What do you do with Pip?
Come on, Teak. We're going to the front. As, like, Pip is just gonna be like, quack, 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 quack. Front.
All right. So Pip is just your hype man, getting the energy out, trying to be upbeat. But I think even after like a few short moments, even Pip like realizes it's like a lost cause and just kind of quack, quack. Just gets like a little bummed out as Teak is just like almost in the fetal position in the cart, just kind of like curled up, not wanting to go. And after like a few moments, Gustav, of you and Cinder having your conversation, I think you're a big man, but this hulking Owain kind of appears next to you, puts his hand on your shoulder.
Does he like sneak up or?
Yeah, he's like, it's not like he's sneaking, but like he's, you're kind of not paying super close attention, so he does kind of just show up next to you out of like a little bit of nowhere.
I flinch a bit when I see it's him. I like try to steel myself.
Are you okay, lad?
It'll be alright, just wasn't expecting anything like that to happen.
There are things outside of our control. Sometimes you do things and you see things that aren't very pleasant. Your friend, though, she looks scared. What happened to her?
Look to Cinder. I think all happened to her.
I see. Mayhap it's for the best that you try to apologize.
Yeah. Alright. I will. Start walking over.
As Gustav starts walking over,
Teak scrambles backward in a very panicked kind of state, like towards the back of the cart, just shoving things out of the way.
gee, wow.
I
Good one.
stop.
What's the matter, T?
Teak doesn't really say anything, but you can see that her eyes are kind of like she's just staring straight at Gustav.
T, he wasn't himself.
Teak, Teak's like, she can't really come up with words. Teak see bad things, then Teak fight, but and then
It's okay.
she's just
take
like
your time.
she's just staring at she's staring at Gustav, and then she's like looking down at like just the blood from being cleaved by this great sword, because I think he crit her at the end. I don't know, but
He fucked you up pretty good.
He
Yeah.
crit you and crit me in a row.
So,
Wait, did he crit me as
The
well?
fuck? How did this song get in here? What the
I'm
fuck?
trying to finish the job.
What
I
the
take up
hell?
my great sword.
Why is this song in here?
The song heard crit allies, and they're like, yeah.
Time to finish the job.
I gotta take that out of the playlist. How the fuck? I guess that got
Gustav
by
enters
mistake.
another blood rage, finishes it off.
Finishes
No
everybody.
power.
Gets a glimpse of Teak in her vulnerable state and realizes it's time
Yeah,
to finish the job.
Finish the job. Finish what he started.
But yeah, I think Teak, she's not speaking. If anything, it's just a lot of stuttering of Teak, I fight. And then she's not even saying Gustav's name. She's just like trying to explain the best she can. But she's also very visibly terrified.
Are we like just to the side of the road right now, or
Yeah.
like I will turn and go back to like Cinder and Owain.
Eric will be like, no, Gustav, stay here.
I'll stop. Around how far away from Teak am I right now?
Probably like 15 feet. I don't know. Not that far.
Okay. Teak. I'm sorry.
Teak relaxes just a tiny bit. Like you can just kind of see maybe her shoulders lose just a tiny bit of tension. And then she's gonna look at Gustav. You not mean to hurt friends, yes?
Right, I would never do that.
It gas fault?
Right, that's all, Teak. It was just the gas.
Teak will nod, but you can kind of see she's not, it's not like everything's okay, and she's like, oh great, let's be relaxed and have a drink together again. But it's like she's kind of accepted this fact that it might not be Gustav. But great swords hurt. So I think she's still in her position at the back of the cart, but she nods and she looks a bit more calm than she was. And it looks like she has accepted the apology.
Try taking a step forward.
Teak tenses but doesn't move further back.
I'll just nod and then turn back. Go to Cinder and Owain again.
Yeah. As they're kind of having this little moment by the cart, Cinder, I think Owain shuffles over next to you. Did you see what he did?
I saw some of it, yeah.
And how bad was it?
Say it, like, softly. Well, it was pretty bad, but like I said, it was no bombs. Bad, I suppose.
You're really throwing me under the bus?
You know, I heard from some of the townspeople that there was a man. They said he fought like a demon.
Oh yeah, that was Gustav.
They're calling him the Butcher of Farhelm.
Butcher of Farhelm.
They say the way he used his sword, he made cleaving a person in two look like child's play.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Let's put things into perspective. He was cleaving common folk that were unarmed, which is basically like putting a knife through butter, right?
I suppose it could be, but a person is a person. It's not.
For a man like Gustav there. He's got battle experience, you know.
I think you are taking things too lightly. All I'm trying to say is, maybe try and shield your friend from what the people will say of him. For it is not cast in a kind light at the moment.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Good. Now what is it you say of these bombs?
Oh, well. Did... I mean... I think we touched on this a little bit back at the manor.
Well,
But you know,
explosions and gas. That's what you mean, right?
explosions, gas. Right. Bombs.
So there was more bombs than just the initial ones.
Well, like you said, Eric does know a little bit of alchemy, right? Or a horde of demons running at you. What you do?
You see his... It's almost like a frown on his face as you tell him this. So it was Eric who used bombs.
Well, possibly. But let's not forget here that all of this was from the cause of that green gas thing.
Trust me, my friend, I do not forget. But as a man who has killed many in the name of righteous causes, even if you are not responsible for your actions, does not mean that they don't weigh upon people heavily.
Well, I don't doubt that it does weigh on people. That's why I'm trying to make a little bit of light of this situation here.
Which I can respect. Just remember that your friends may need your help fighting themselves in the future.
No, I understand. I do.
And it's kind of at this moment that Gustav turns and is walking back towards the two of you. Probably not looking to be in the best of moods.
I think she just needs a bit more time.
It's understandable.
So what now? We sitting in here for the night or pressing on?
Well, think if your friends can handle it, we should move on. We've lost time.
Right, I'll go see if they're ready and unless either you want to.
I'll check in with them. You just rest.
Right, yeah. I'll do that.
Yeah, and he kind of saunters past you and puts his hand on your shoulder as he does. Kind of walks off. Eric and Philia and Teak, you guys are kind of approached by this large, hulking, lumbering man.
Lord?
How are you doing? Do you all feel well enough to travel?
I mean, traveling, yeah. I don't know if we can take on any problems that we might run into in this state, though.
I understand. Well, if that's the case, give me some time to gather my things and your friends can rest in the cart.
Do you need any
What
help?
of, you and Cinder? Are you capable of fighting?
I'm not the best fighter.
What do
Would
you
Teak
have?
Would Teak have all of her hit points back?
Certainly not. You have...
That's what I figured.
Actually, let me figure out how many you guys have. You each get 2 hit points back, so you're all... It's Gustav, Philia, and Teak are at 2 hit points.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, I mean, you're still in pretty rough shape. But yeah, as you know, you're talking to Wayne, you ask if he needs any help, and he looks to you and he's like, I don't think so. Maybe once the time comes, if you could tighten a few straps for me.
Eric will nod. Of course.
Hopefully this armor still fits. It's been a long time since I've donned it.
I hope we won't have to use it.
Hopefully not. And he kind of approaches the cart, and Teak, you're still kind of sitting in there.
Indeed, she is.
Yeah, and he moves up to the cart, and it's got some old, like, rusty springs, and he kind of, as he climbs up, you can feel, like, he's a big, heavy man. The whole cart kind of, like, weighs down and, like, and are getting distracted by Zion's commentary. And where was I? He hops up onto the cart, and the whole thing, like, bounces up and down, and as he moves through, and he looks to you, this lumbering guy, and pardon me, young lady, I must get through. Please don't let me disturb your rest. And he kind of, like, awkwardly, since he's so large, like, shuffles past you. And the whole time, the cart's kind of, like, rumbling and, like, bouncing as he's walking. He's walking around on it.
As he walks past, Tika's just, like, sniffing him because she smelled his armpit before. Which, I don't know if you guys are, but she would remember, that's how she would probably remember him. So
Yeah.
she's just sniffing, and she does not seem that bothered by him being close.
Cool. Yeah, he's kind of fumbling around in the cart and moving some things out of the way, and eventually he comes out, and he's got, like, this large sack, and in his other hand, and as he does this, you can feel, like, the whole cart is like shifting even more, and he kind of awkwardly stumbles past you, but this time he has like this massive hammer that's like bigger than you are, slung over his shoulder with like these two large square heads on either side of the hammer. It's just this massive war hammer. And as he like hops out of the cart, the whole thing bounces up so much that you almost, it's like, you know, when you're on a roller coaster and you're going down and you kind of fly up for like a second. It's like one of those, Teak. It's just all this weight just disappears off the back of this cart.
Okay, as that happens, she like, you know, like how a cat clings to your shirt. She does that to the cart. Like her claws just go flick through the cart.
Yeah, trying to hold
on.
your place in the cart.
Yes.
And yeah, he hops down. And he's got this big old warhammer, kind of flanged on the top and sides with these big square heads. It's pretty, you know, pretty fancy in a way, but not like overly fancy. And yeah, he walks off to like the side near the rocks, and you can see out of this like sack he starts pulling out these plates and like chainmail and all this stuff, and he starts getting geared up. What are you guys doing in the meantime while he's preparing himself?
Walking over to help him.
Okay. Yeah, eventually he like has it all sorted out. And he leans the warhammer up next to like the rock, and you know, you kind of approach him, Eric, and he's like, "Eager, are you, young Eric?"
Eric will nod.
Well, I suppose you can help me to make things much easier. And he, the first thing he puts on is he puts on like this kind of heavy, padded, woven armor, and over top of that, he puts on like this set of chainmail and just like layers and layers of stuff.
Eric is going to look like fascinated.
Eventually, he has these kind of shin guards that he starts putting on, and you can see like he's weighed down so much already. It's like his you know, it's kind of like off to the side of this road, so it's a little muddy, and his feet are like making these larger indentations as he puts more weight on himself in the ground. And eventually he like leans over to put these shin guards on, and there's like straps in the back, and he's like, "Eric, my boy,
Yes,
get those
Lord.
straps for me.
Eric will nod and like jump down and start tightening them.
Not as limber as I used to be when I was a young man."
You're probably still more limber than I am.
"You make a fine squire, Eric."
I think I wanted to be a squire when I was younger, or, you know, something like that. Something tough.
"Is that a fact?"
Eric will nod. Didn't really have any talent for it though.
"Well, it seems that you do after all. Quite skilled."
Eric will laugh. Well, I'm glad to be of help.
"But it would be a shame to waste your alchemical knowledge and skills. As good of a squire as you are."
I think Eric will sigh. Isn't that stuff illegal?
"In some places. I've seen what alchemical knowledge can do. It can help as much as it can destroy. Don't forget that." I know you have it within you to help others.
Eric will nod. It's the only thing my family left me, so might as well put it to use.
It's a great knowledge to have. Don't squander it.
Eric will look motivated. You're right. I won't.
And yeah, like, you're kind of having this conversation as he's like putting on these big hulking plates of armor, and you're like tying the straps and tying things together, and his armor is getting more and more situated. You know, Eric, after all of this is said and done, I could use a man with your knowledge and skills.
Eric will look so excited. Really? Knowledge and skills?
Yes. House Wyvern Sphere needs people like you. We have a long way to go if we are to bring the world back to what it used to be.
Eric will nod. I don't know if I could really help, though. I'm not exactly skilled.
Don't underestimate yourself, Eric. Please, concoct me something.
Oh, I have this.
What is that?
He has Tears to Wine, and he has Disguise Self. This is all I have left from today.
And how do they work? Explain them to me.
He'll nod and be like, well, this one helps me change the way I look, and this one turns water into wine. Well, not exactly good quality wine.
Water into wine, you say?
Eric will nod.
Show me.
Yeah, I'll go find some water. Like, he'll go look for like a water source.
Wait.
and find something.
I need your help still.
He'll run back. Right, I got too excited.
What's everybody else doing as this is going on?
I think I'm just chilling away from the cart with Cinder. Go ahead, Teak.
Yeah, I think Teak is she's probably like laying down in the cart now.
Okay. Gustav's edgelording it up and Teak's laying down.
Philia will play with Tip in front of Teak and invite Teak to play along.
Philia's back in the cart.
Philia's back in the cart.
Great. Bailey's back in the cart. Cinder, what are you up to, freak?
I guess I'm just chilling with old Gustav.
Alright. So yeah, after like probably 10 minutes or so of them putting this stuff on, you can see Lord Wyvern Spears finally like suited up in his armor, and they're these big. There's like a big pauldron on the right side that like goes up and shields the side of his face, and like this fur collar and chainmail hanging down with these kind of layers of this padded woven cloth coming out. It's not necessarily like extravagant armor. It's kind of like low key. It's just like this big bulky like plate mail. It's not like emblazoned with any sort of like gold trimmings or anything like that. Like it just looks pretty functional. And he leaves the helmet off for now. And eventually he gets geared up and turns to the rest of you guys. And looks over you all and just sees you're all kind of like tired and resting. I think the first thing he does to you is look to you, Eric, and is like, well, in the few moments we have, show me what that potion does.
Eric will nod. I'll go look for some water.
There should be plenty in the cart.
He will go and look for a barrel or something.
Teak has drunk all the water. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Teak's piss will do.
Ew! What the fuck?
The rest of you all look quite tired. Are you sure you're okay with traveling?
Philia will pop her head.
Honest.
Philia will pop her head out of the cart and be like, I'm up to keep on going if you're still okay and everybody else is still willing.
Well, I only need one person to drive the cart. The rest of you can rest in the back. We'll hitch the extra horses to the cart. Do I have any volunteers?
Eric would volunteer, but he's going to get more water.
I'll drive the cart. Sure.
Perfect.
Philia will also help out.
You'll also do what, Philia?
Aren't there 2 horses in front?
There are 2. Yes, there's 2 horses for the cart and 2 horses that Cinder and Eric were riding on. What were you trying to do?
I'll help out in the front of the cart, but I'll leave Pip with Teak to cheer Teak up.
Okay, so you leave Pip in the back, and you're gonna walk with the horses to help guide them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, I guess the question is if Cinder's driving the cart, Teak's in the back of the cart, Gustav. Are you going to try and get in the back of the cart with Teak so you can rest, or what are you going to do? And I guess you as well, Eric.
I was going to volunteer to drive the car.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess we'll just continue on for a moment then. Because eventually, Eric comes kind of, excitedly hurried back to Lord Wyvern Spear, and he's got, this little, water skin filled with water, and Wyvern Spear gets distracted for a second and looks to you, Eric, and he's like,
okay. Show me what it does.
Eric will pour the thing into the liquid. First he'll show him this is water. Here, you may smell it.
Yeah, he smells it and takes a sip from it.
Water,
Then he'll take
yes.
it back. And then put the tears to wine in it, and then hand it back. He'll give it a good shake and then hand it back.
Yeah, you put the cork back in and shake it up, and pull it back out, and he smells it first. He's like, drinks some of it.
Well, this quite impressive. And the wine is not half bad either. You think, if you don't mind, I'll hold on to this.
I don't mind. It's all yours.
He takes the wineskin, and kind of sashes it around his belt with his equipment, and looks to the rest of you again. And he's like,
all right then. So, where were we? Cinder will drive the cart. Eric, if you wish, you can rest in the back with Teak or whatever you must do.
I mean, Cinder, you're a more capable fighter than I am. If anything, you should rest up.
Well, if you want. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah, rest up.
All right.
Eric will drive the cart. I will, make sure that we're okay. The rest of you, rest as you would. We, set out in 5 minutes. Understandable?
I will nod.
Aye, understandable.
Good. What's Gustav doing?
So this is the group not near the cart, right? So Gustav would have heard all this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're all kind of gathered together in like one area now, pretty much.
Okay, except for Teak, who's in the cart.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, and we have, like, is it 2 horses on the cart or 1?
There's 2 horses on the cart.
Okay. So it'd probably be going faster than, like, a walking person, right?
Probably not. At the end of the day, right now, if you were all riding on the cart, maybe, but there's enough of you that, with enough equipment that you're probably going to be moving at, like, a brisk walking pace.
Alright, I'm gonna try, like, once we're all ready to go, I'm gonna try walking beside the cart, see if I can hold it up.
Okay. So yeah, like 5 minutes go on, you all kind of settle up. Philio's walking with the horses that are attached to the cart, making sure that they're okay. Teak is in the back with Cinder and Pip. Eric's driving the cart, and Lord Wyvernspear, with his big old hammer slung over his shoulders, walking beside the cart with Gustav. And you guys make your way down the road towards Cairn.
All right. How long is this like journey supposed to take to Cairn?
To Cairn, at your guys' pace, is probably going to be roughly 2 days or so.
Okay.
So it's not incredibly short.
And stuff feeling walking
What's
with
that?
2 HP. How does Gustav look? Does he look terrible?
Gustav looks pretty rough. Like, he's walking alongside the cart, and like he's got like a slight limp that he's trying to cover up. And his good arm, his non-weird arm, is like kind of sagged, a little droopy. Like, he looks pretty fucking beat up.
Is this a covered cart or no?
No, it's not a covered wagon or anything like that.
Yeah, I think Teak maybe would have like drifted off to sleep, but then after a while she would wake up, and then she would have like popped her head out, and she would see Gustav, and then I think she'll maybe awkwardly be like, Teak think Gustav should rest in cart.
Right. Get in the cart.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of awkwardly climb up into the cart, injured. Find yourself in there with Cinder and Teak and Pip.
And Teak is gonna kind of like just look at Gustav, look away, look at Pip, and then just kind of like curl up and try to go back to sleep.
Who you talk to?
See what?
She looked at everybody here and said me. What's that about?
You are pretty ugly. Just kidding.
Is Eric in the car with us? I thought he was
No,
at
I
the
was
front.
just joking.
He's in the front.
It's him and Philia in the front, right?
Yeah, Philia's walking alongside. Like, it's not unreasonable that Eric could kind of hear what you guys are saying since he's on the front of the cart, but the horses are a little bit loud and stuff like that, so he's probably not making out everything you're saying, but...
Does Philia look okay walking?
I mean, she's in pretty rough shape too, honestly. I mean, you're all in pretty rough shape, but like, the thing about Philia is she's got this, she's got her disguise thing on, so like...
Oh, right, so she looks fine.
So she like looks fine from like what you can see. Like maybe her like gait is a little off, like when she's walking, but like other than that, she looks like she's all cleaned up and like pristine condition and all this stuff.
The strength of my walking is a solid 10. Not a solid 20, but a solid 10.
Could I make like a kind of check to see past the disguise? See that she's hurt? Or not?
Probably. I mean, disguises aren't supposed to be inescapable. What are the rules of disguise self? Because I think it works the same way. Let me look real quick. Let's see here. So I guess it just gives them a +10 bonus on the disguise check. So Philia, why don't you roll me your disguise check with a +10? We'll see what you roll.
24.
24. Gustav, I guess it would just be a fucking perception check for you.
It is impossible for me to get to 24.
What if you get a 20?
Would that still work?
Maybe. Nope. Yeah, as far as you can tell, she's looking not so bad.
Philia's perfect.
Right. Guess I'll try to... Well, wait, no, I'll probably respond to Cinder first. Couldn't tell you.
Well, all of a sudden, Gustav lost his accent.
Couldn't tell you, mate.
Wow, his accent just changed.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's these fangs. Teeth.
Doesn't Teak have fangs?
A little bit. I don't think they're as bad as Cinder's, though.
You're not the scariest person in this cart. Stay.
I mean,
What a creep.
I don't think it's a fang, Cinder, but appreciate what you're trying to do. I've got a ghost.
Yeah, there's apparently an airplane landing outside of Farhelm.
These brigands have planes.
Yeah.
This heresy.
Alright, like, after that moment with Cinder, I'll just try to catch some shut-eye, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys make your way along the road to Cairn, and it's probably a good spot. Take a break. We're like halfway through sesh. Take like a 5-10 minute break here and return.
Cool, be right back.
Be right back.
Philia sings a lovely lullaby to the people sleeping.
I'll be right back.
Why can't I roll above a 2?
You just rolled a 24, you greedy bitch.
That was with a +10. What I rolled was a 9. Okay, I let Pip stay in there, okay? That's more than if Filio were to stay. Filio's doing the hard work here, walking these horses. Just in case Cinder, like, messes up. Then who's doing the horses stuff? Oh, no. Oh, okay. I can go into the back of the cart. I thought Cinder was in charge of horses.
Am I the only
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, right. Guess what I wasted time on?
What?
Channel, Patrick, link to musescore.com.
It's not good because I don't know how music works, but I tried. Now all I need is some melodies for the other songs. I didn't even finish this song, but I got bored of this song. Mainly because it was gonna be too much work. Give me one of give me Visic's song. I want to do Visic's song. Give me the judge song. Yeah, we're on break.
Good, Patrick. You should do Visic's song. Can you drop a hot beat? Because Visix is pure rap.
We might need to ask Valen for some help.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Just call Lin-Manuel Miranda, just be like, hey, can you help out here?
I've returned.
Welcome back.
You done over there?
Original recipe: smoked shorty sausages with a classic blend of spices and freshly chopped herbs.
Pretty good.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thought it was fine. Nothing like amazing. What about you?
I'm back.
Welcome back.
The Keanu Reeves. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason people are excited for the game. I don't think people have been excited until now. I was trying to be funny. Mm-hmm.
Did you think it was funny, man?
You should probably end your life for making that joke.
Well, I can't because you're gonna end it for me.
That would give you the sweet release of death. I can't do you favors like that.
Well, we're writing a musical about it, so you better pony up and just be ready to commit to character.
I was talking to the art people, and we basically planned another murder, and I was gonna put my fingerprints on the dead body, so looks like I'm murdering the entire town.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not exclusive anymore.
Well, mine's the only trial that's gonna be a music.
Wait, but in my song, I talk about how I saw the murder.
Yeah.
Guess you're lying.
You couldn't have killed the entire town. There was one survivor. Haha.
You're from the next town over.
Convenient. You live on the border of the two towns.
Hey look, that little fairy thing is watching me murder you. Their word means nothing in this town.
Guess you're Philia in this universe, Patrick.
I guess Philia just embodies me now. Oh well.
But Philia, out there like a champ, pretending it doesn't hurt.
Emotional status 24/7.
Poor Patrick. Do you need a friend?
Abel,
Nah,
you're my friend.
I'm
You
good.
can't.
Pardon
Why do you
me?
think I'm murdering Ray? You're my friend. They can't have you.
There's plenty of me to go around, but it sounds like
I mean,
Patrick doesn't need it.
You know, Abel's parents are apparently, so.
Philia's
Sorry.
a strong, independent woman that needs no friends.
Well, that sucks, Philia, because without these friends, you would have died multiple times already.
That's true.
Without these friends, I would have gotten into these situations.
You would have been stuck in that forest without me. You probably would have been dissected by now.
You know what? Level 1, Philia was S tier, okay?
You would have gotten dissected.
If we just stayed in that level 1 world and didn't level up with the rest of the y'all, Philia would be fine.
You'd be dead. Was Cinder a god?
We just need a day where I'm not here and Visix plays Philia and rolls like 10 crits in a row.
It's pretty good.
But only when she's singing songs to Pip.
You know what? I want that because I've rolled a 3 and a 2 for singing, and I'm sad. Philia can do better. She has a +9 to performance.
Clearly she can't do better.
I mean, you did get, like, stabbed, and maybe that would, like, fuck with your breath support.
Crap. I can't build that subglottal pressure. Feels bad, man. On the bright side, with that fortitude and disguise check, she got great posture right now.
Patrick, you... when you were saying, you know what? It reminded me of the F is for family guy. Have you seen F is for family?
I have not.
Dang, Patrick, you actually composed it.
It's very real. It might take us months, but it's very real.
What are you guys talking about?
Patrick, he sent, if you look in Mumble, he sent a link. He started composing his solo song.
Wait, play this.
You know what? You know what?
No, I don't know what. Please tell me.
And then I found an M&M and I ate it, but you know what? It wasn't an M&M because it had eyes and it looked at me. And you know what?
Jesus Christ, spit it out!
My only friend is you. You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what, Anthony? You annoy the fuck out of me. I wish I'd pushed harder on your soft spot when you were a baby.
This show seems messed up, man.
Hilarious.
I just want to say that I will get away with this murder. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean, it's already the plot that we've all accepted that you will get away with this.
All the evidence will point to you doing the murder, and then the jury's just gonna be like, you know what? She's innocent.
Exactly.
We already figured out that was the plot. That's why Ray has a big sad ballad at the end that there's no justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to say it again just so I can feel more evil, as if I plotted this all along and that I'm smarter than I am and that I got away with it, you know?
And then, like, you'll kill me at the end of the musical. It'll be great.
No. You'll just live forever knowing that you weren't able to help your friend. Like,
Wow.
I'm gonna make a t-shirt. I'm gonna, like, leave the area, wearing a t-shirt saying, I murdered Ray, I never liked that bitch. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, she's so innocent. And Philia just gonna be like, what the fuck? It's gonna be great.
Why am I still Philia in this world?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Am I a joke to you? Am I just Philia now?
Now that you mention it, you are pretty much a big joke.
Feels bad then.
Just kidding.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi, Lord Wyvern-Spear.
Welcome back.
Okay, freak. Both of you freaks.
I got to the Eminem part of the you know what.
You better lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. You better never let it go.
Oh my god, Visic's practicing his rap for the musical.
10 out of 10, we'll send you the lyrics. We haven't came up with a beat yet, but like, we'll send it to you.
No, Ray did come
Wow.
up with the beat.
Visik's dream to.
No, I did
Beat
not come
and
up
this
with the
music.
beat. I just recited it. Your rap is full of profanities, Visik. I just want to let you know, because
Makes sense to me.
I feel like when you cuss, to me, when I hear it, it has so much impact. Like when you enunciate your cuss words, to me, it's like, oh shit, like I'm paying attention. Whereas like when I say shit, it's just like shit, like part of my vocabulary. But when you cuss, it's like a special occasion. So I just threw it all in there. There's so many cusses in your rap.
I'm all about it.
You just say pussy for like no reason.
It's a beautiful song.
Maybe at the end of the D&D game, Ray can recite it for us again.
I cannot because I'm gonna be going to eat soon. I'm not sure when, but relatively soon.
Well, then let us continue.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys find yourselves on the road with, Elaine Wyvern-Spear. And, most of you guys are doing your own thing, and Gustav finds his way into the back of the cart. Eric, you're up front next to Philia. You have Philia on like your left side walking along, and then you have Elaine with his massive hammer on the other side walking along, and it's not too late in the day at this point. It's like still afternoon time. And you guys are making your way down the road. Kind of uneventfully. You know, you're seeing a lot more people pass by you and like kind of traveling with the same group of people along the way. As everyone's headed in the same direction. But yeah, that's mostly it. Are you doing anything in particular, Eric or Philia? I know we talked to everyone else, but you guys just kind of walking along or what?
I'll feed the horses a carrot.
Okay. As you're going, you're pulling out carrots, giving them to the horses. Eric, I know you're a big blabbermouth. Are you trying to blab about, or are you just kind of driving in silence?
I'm just trying to befriend Lord Wyvern-Spear.
Oh, are you? What are you saying to him?
I guess he's just saying, so what's the plan? Like, are we gonna go to, like, the ships first, or...?
Yeah, he has his hammer over his shoulder in one hand, but in, like, his other hand he kind of rubs his chin. He's just... That is a great question. I think the first thing we will do is settle down at a nice inn. As I said, I've had some missing posters put up in the city. So we should gather any sort of information that we can from the locals. Find out if anyone's seen Susanna Robin. Then
Yeah,
we
good
make our
idea.
way to the docks. Hopefully, no one's given them passage yet.
Fingers crossed.
You, seem to know this Robin character quite well, I have to say. I've never truly met him. What is he like?
I don't really know much about him except for the fact that he seems to really care about your daughter.
That's all you know, eh?
It's all I could tell.
Well, I suppose that is better than nothing.
I think Cheek spoke to him for longer.
Did she? You think she could tell me more?
I think so.
Well, maybe I will fall back to the back of the cart and see what they have to say.
Eric's gonna nod. She's not much for talking right now. I tried to speak to her earlier.
Well, maybe I will have better luck. But I imagine that she's quite tired. I will be brief.
Eric will nod.
Philly is up there talking to the horses, feeding them carrots as Owain kind of slows his pace just a little bit and moves towards the back of the cart. And now, like, I think Eric kind of laid down, went to sleep a little bit. Teek's probably half conscious too. Cinder, you see Owain kind of fall back in front of you in the cart, looking at you.
How's it going?
Well, not too bad. These old legs finally get to stretch outside of the city walls. I have to say, this hammer and armor is heavier than I remember.
Right. It's a pretty big hammer.
It sure is.
That's what she said. Sorry.
How do your friends fare?
I think they're going alright. They're having a little rest there.
I was, speaking to Eric. Is there, anything that you know about this Robin? I was hoping to have a better understanding of who he is.
Robin? Well, he's a rat bastard, is what he is. He stole me purse.
So he's a thief.
Well, yeah. I mean, he gave it back, but that's neither here nor there. Personally,
You seem to have a different opinion of him than Eric does.
well, he didn't steal Eric's purse, did he?
I suppose not.
But I suppose in the end he did give it back after all, and then, did have quite an elaborate plan to escape the city with your daughter, so he's not all, how do I put it? He's not all just rust between the ears, I suppose.
He's not as you put it. Such a scumbag.
Right, right.
An interesting word indeed to describe the man that you have entrusted my daughter to.
Well, less that we entrusted him with her, and more that we entrusted her with him. Your daughter seems pretty strong. She's got her own opinion. She's got her own mind that she uses.
Oh, that she does.
And from what I see,
She's my daughter after all.
by the look of her, she looks like she could handle herself in a scuffle. So if he gets out of line, she'll probably show him what's for.
Good. I am glad to hear it. Eric had said that Teak had spoken with him more than the rest of you. Is that true?
I suppose that's right. I mean, I guess.
Does she slumber now?
She was the last time I was in the cart.
Best to just let her rest then. And you kind of see as Lord Wyvernspear approaches the side of the cart and like finds one of the blankets and kind of tosses it over loosely on top of like Gustav and Teak, who are asleep. And just gives you a single nod, Cinder, as he kind of walks back towards the front of the cart.
I give him a nod back.
Well, Eric, it appears your friends are sleeping. I do not wish to disturb them.
Oh, that's a shame. I'm sure they'll be up in no time.
I'm sure they will. Keep your eyes sharp. There could be bandits lurking anywhere around here.
Eric will nod.
I can't.
Aye, aye.
Do I hear him say that?
Probably.
I take a quick gander to my left and see if I can see anything in the trees.
Roll me a perception check.
Performance? Perception.
You see a lot of trees.
It's all clear back here. On the left over there.
Good. Make sure you keep your eyes open. You all have traveled before, have you not, together?
Eric will nod. We have.
How did you all pass the time?
Mostly eating.
Mostly eating. You don't have any fun games or anything you play in your downtime?
Now that I think about it, no. Don't.
It's quite upsetting.
Do you have fun games you play?
It's been some time, I don't remember too many of the rules these days. And they might not be as fun for young ones such as yourselves.
Cinder's pretty old.
Cinder is. How old are you, Cinder?
You kind of take a moment to think about it. I'm 24.
That is old to you.
He's gonna look really confused. You're only 24?
Aye.
Really?
He's but a babe.
We're the same age.
How old do you think I was?
I don't know. I don't know. Like 35?
35? What the hell are you talking about, 35? I must not look that old, surely. I mean, I know I'm half orc and all and got different kind of skin, but surely 35?
Just look like you've, seen something, that's all.
Well, I've seen plenty of things, but that doesn't mean I'm old.
Right. Of course.
If I were to have hazarded a guess, I would have said 30.
Well, that just puts a bit of a downer on a man, doesn't it?
It is not meant to offend at all. You look
Mature.
like a veteran. You've seen many battles. There is a sense of honor and respect that comes with age.
You can see like Cinder kind of sits up a bit straighter when he hears honor and respect. Oh, there you go. Honor and respect, eh? Hear that, Gustav? He looks at Gustav and then Gustav is still asleep.
Gustav is still asleep.
When Philia calls over Pip and Pip sees you look over at Gustav, Pip will give you an affirmative quack as he shakes his head.
Uh-huh.
You'll change your mind one day, Duck.
Wait, the duck was being supportive!
Oh, it was? Okay.
Feels bad, man. This time, Philia's duck actually wants to be nice.
Cinder,
But let's see how this quartet goes.
Cinder doesn't know how to read the duck yet.
Wow. They start singing up quite a song. What kind of song are you singing for everybody?
A good old upbeat traveling tune.
That is quite a lovely ballad, young one. Where did you learn to sing that way?
I think I had some classes with the ministry.
Back where Philia came from, she's considered royalty.
Royalty, you say? And where do you come from?
The Malfira Kingdom from the Feywilds.
And where is that exactly?
It's on another plane, so another realm parallel to ours, but does not converge often.
And what led you to end up here with these people?
A diplomatic meeting did not go as planned, and I was unfortunately placed here by our opposing kingdom.
I see.
It's why she doesn't like mushrooms.
Makes sense. And how did you meet your friends here?
Luckily, Eric found me within the woods, and the rest, we were locked up together for a quick second.
Interesting. How long have you all known each other?
Not that long now that I think about it.
Talking about locking people up, if we do want to go the legislator route for Susanna, I think we really need to focus on prison reform and also an education system. Lots of the people seem to be substituting whatever this new dawns are saying for proper education. We gotta restructure some of the way society works here, and I think Susanna would be great. As Philia's gonna take out her book and start writing some policy ideas down.
You seem to be saying a lot of words, young one. I'm not sure I understand them all, but reform is needed within the kingdoms. It's a strange time in this world.
Philia's gonna give a nod, and then she's gonna like pat the horse on the head to like signal you can stop singing now.
There was once a time when this world lived in harmony. The gods walked the earth.
And the
Things
dragons.
were as they should be. Ah, the dragons. The dragons were respected, treated as equals, friends. But the steward of Drakenmoor, things have changed. Now they're beaten and chained, forced to fly for the warriors of Drakenmoor.
Eric will nod.
It is not as it should be.
No, it's not.
I always thought that was what you wanted. Control the
And what
dragon
would that
world
be?
better.
There is a difference between controlling and befriending a dragon. It is plain to see with your eyes.
I suppose that's true.
My lineage, my name. We were once a noble house. One of the few who rode and lived alongside the dragons of old. That is how we came about our name.
The
But that
Wyverns
time is long over. Yes. The Wyvern Sphere. We were the tools of the dragons.
Can I do a history check? See how much I would know about the Wyvern Space?
Sure.
I'm trying to think of what his family would know and what the history. Ooh.
Yeah, that's not bad. You've probably come across their name multiple times, and your family probably mentioned them, talked about them. They're of the dragon lineage, you know. They're nowadays they don't really fly dragons anymore or anything like that. The Wyvern Spears don't. But they're still an honorable house within the Draconmorian Empire. You know, kind of known for their courage and their capabilities. Pretty well known. And long ago, they were some of the greatest dragon riders among the Draconmorian Empire.
I think Eric's gonna be like, Granddad used to tell me stories about your family. He's so excited if he knew I could, speak to you.
Grandad, eh? Where do you hail from, young Eric?
I hail from... What the fucking name? Shit, I forgot the freaking name of my town.
I thought that was in character.
I guess
Somewhere up
you
north.
better try and remember.
Oh. Somewhere up north.
Somewhere up north?
Yes, what do you mean somewhere up north? You forget where you are from.
Shit, I literally wrote it down on my story and it's not here.
How far north? You are Draconmorian?
Yeah, what gives? You're a Draconmorian now?
Yeah.
Now. They tell you something different before.
No. My parents always liked you.
Well, I mean, you said you were from... To me, anyway, you said you were from a place north of Draconmore. Draconmore? North? North of that? Somewhere.
I live near the border.
Huh. Along the North Strand.
Between our land and, well, land of the dragons.
Zalvitas?
Somewhere up there. I literally can't find the name of my town on my frickin' story and it should have been here.
Old Ashton.
Yeah.
You're from Old Ashton.
I think so. I'm having a brain...
Ashbourne?
Ashbourne?
When we met, you said that you were having some problems with some woman or something? Didn't want to go back there because you were too embarrassed or some bloody thing like that?
Eric will nod. Oh, please don't
What
remind
is
me.
the meaning of this? What woman?
She's just one of the Ashbourne daughters.
You had an issue with her?
Yeah. He's just gonna sigh. I broke off an engagement.
And that is why you left?
It's a little bit more complicated.
Oh, please. Enlighten us, we are curious.
Right. What was the name of the sweet lass that heart you broke?
I think Eric, you're just gonna see Eric gets like more upset, like, Priscilla.
That is a lovely name. Lucy
Yeah.
is lovely.
She was, in the beginning.
And what happened?
Well, you have to understand, I was young.
And?
Oh, I ended up, mistreating her.
In what way, young Eric?
I found somebody else.
You found someone else.
He'll nod.
That is...
They didn't take it too well.
I understand why. It's not an easy thing to deal with.
So where's that somebody else now?
I don't know. Kicked me out of town. I never really spoke to her again. Didn't really speak to anyone in that town.
What of your granddad and your family?
I mean, we wrote letters and eventually they stopped coming. Don't really know where they are.
I see. If my memory serves me correctly, in my old age, the Ashbournes had a daughter named Priscilla. Is that
Yeah.
the one you speak of?
He'll nod. You know of them?
It is my duty to know the names of the houses of Dragonmore. To approach such a well-known daughter of the Ashbournes, you must have been someone quite important yourself.
I mean, I don't think we were.
What did you say your name was again? Eric?
Asterin.
Asterin.
My father's name was Brainord, and my mother's name was Teresa.
Brainord Asterin. And your granddad's name?
Brainord.
Your father and granddad had the same name?
Brainord Jr. and Sr. Not really sure why.
I believe I know of your family.
Do you?
There is quite a, shall we say, bit of excitement surrounding your family in Ashbourne.
There was?
What kind of excitement are we talking about here? This just got interesting.
Wait, if
You
they're
some
well
kind of
known,
royal
then
now.
what happened to them? No, we weren't.
You mean we got two royals in this group?
Well, there's a difference between royalty and being well known. You know nothing of what happened to your family.
No.
Hmm. Interesting. Leave me with my thoughts for just a moment, and I will return.
Wait, did something happen to them? I mean, obviously something happened, but
When is the last time you spoke to your family?
maybe a year or two ago?
By letter?
He'll nod.
Hmm. And what did they say?
My sister's gotten married.
To an Ashbourne?
I don't know.
Well, Eric, I don't know how to tell you this, but your family, as far as I know, is no longer in Ashbourne. In fact, no one knows where most of them are. Your family was specialized in researching dragons, if I'm not mistaken.
Eric will nod.
Well, whatever they had left belongs to the Ashbournes now. I don't know exactly what happened. But your family is all but vanished. It's a shame, too. The Asterons may have not been as well known of a name as the Ashbournes, but they were doing the right thing for the Drakmoyan Empire. Are you alright, Eric?
I think he's just like listening for a second, like, I mean, I knew they were gone somewhere, but hearing it is a different thing.
Did they leave you with anything when you left?
Yeah,
What was it?
he'll like pull out his bag and he'll pull out the book and the map.
And what does this map contain?
I don't know, I don't recognize it.
Well, maybe if you wouldn't mind when we set up camp, I could look over your things.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you. And as this is kind of happening, you guys hear like little scurrying and as Teak wakes up in the back of the cart, making all the noise in the world. What are you doing back there, Teak?
Well, how much better does she feel?
Let's find out. Why don't you, why don't we do just, we'll do like a short rest hit point recovery for you. We'll throw you a bone.
Okay. What do I roll something?
Roll your hit dice, so 2d whatever plus your con modifier. Oh, or you can just use the hit dice button. That works too. I think you have to press it twice.
Do I?
Or
Okay.
Well, if you want to use them both, you can just use one though. If that's all you want to use.
Okay, cool. I'll just use the one.
Okay, so yeah, you get 11 hit points back, so you're at 13 now. So yeah, you feel a bit better. You know, you're still a little beat up looking and stuff like that, but like internally and all that, you feel better. You feel like you're in pretty good shape.
Right. And what's the state like? Have we stopped or are we still rolling?
You're still rolling along. It's like starting to get dusk out later in the day.
Alright, I think Tika's just like, I think she's taking in like breaths of air because Teek's been in the city for a long time, for Teek. And so I think she's kind of just enjoying the air. She's probably propped herself up. Her head's probably kind of like up. Like you could probably tell she's awake. Like if you just glance back, you can see her sitting up. And she's just kind of like a dog outside of the window of a car.
Right, that's exactly what I was imagining.
Yeah, just
yeah, I think everyone kind of sees your head like pop up, and you see they were like having a little bit of a conversation, but your like head pops up and they like look back at you. I think Lord Wyvern Spears kind of got like a smile on his face and just like, glad to see you are awake. How are you doing?
Teek closes her eyes and she goes, Teek feel nice. Teek miss this. And then she's just like reveling in the air that brushes against her skin.
The outdoors air does good for the body. I've been cooped up in Farhelm too long myself. It is freeing to be out in nature once more.
Maybe Teek will find one of Teek trees.
He like kind of looks. He looks around to the rest of you a little confused, and then looks back to like, "What do you mean, your trees?"
Teek, when Teek lives, Teek mark her trees so Teek know where she been. Teek not know exactly where she been, but sometimes Teek find one of Teek's trees.
Mm.
And she nods as if she said something that makes total sense to everyone.
Yeah, he just kind of nods and just, okay. I think he's still looking back at you and he's like, how is Gustav doing back there? Still asleep like a little babe.
Teek turns and she kind of like, you know, because I think Wyvern Spear had thrown a blanket over top of them, right?
Yes.
I think she's going to lift up the blanket. She's going to sniff and then she's going to pull back and she's going to look as if she smelled something bad, which is something that I don't think.
Gustav.
Yeah, just Gustav covered in guts. And then she's going to say, Gustav's still sleeping.
I suppose we let him get his rest. We were just discussing Eric's past. Quite interesting information.
Teek turns and looks at Eric.
Eric's gonna look embarrassed and upset.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm great.
You look not great.
Eric will just smile. It's okay, I'm fine.
Teek is gonna kind of like sniff in his general direction, and then squint her eyes a little.
You smell like sadness.
I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Hurry back.
Tell me. Tell Teak.
Don't worry, we will.
Eric Asteron, the womanizer. The heartbreaker.
I'm not a woman.
Oh my god, Britney Spears wrote that song about you.
Womanizer, womanizer, you're a womanizer, baby. Do, 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 do.
Cheats on Wyvern Spear, cheats on your lady, cheats on... Now there's this other lady that we don't even know where or
It's
who
okay,
she
okay.
is.
Teak will be able to tie Eric down one day.
Excuse me.
Literally, not figuratively.
Yeah, like literally. Teak will be like, stop! And tie Eric. Not in a weird way, though. Just like in a friendly way.
I don't know, he got that disguised self in a bottle of wine.
Ew. Gross. Teak does not know these kinds of concepts. To her, any type of nastiness is purely for procreation only. It's all business.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Are you sure? I feel like Teak just gets a feeling and she's like, do it now.
So
Are you implying Teak's some kind of sexual deviant?
Yes.
She's not.
She certainly is.
She's like,
I think it'd be like, this is natural.
What the fuck?
So yeah, after like that moment, I think Wayne kind of sees that Eric is like a slightly uncomfortable, and he tries to change the subject. He looks to you, Teak, and he's like, "So Teak, where do you hail from? What is your story?"
Teak kind of pauses. Teak from everywhere, Teak, yes. Teak belongs to the trees. And then she nods.
Streak's like, fuck off.
Belong to the trees, eh? You must have a special bond with nature.
Teak love trees. Teak always live in trees. Teak's parents leave Teak a long time ago. Teak, it's only been Teak and trees. Until, and then she pauses, and then she just kind of looks down as she remembers Destrian.
What ails you, child?
Teak had Destrian, Teak friend. But Destrian gone now. And Teak think she can't bring Destrian back.
I apologize for the loss of your friend. Sounds like he meant a lot to you.
Teak nodded. I don't know why I said Teak nodded. Teak nods to this. And she just kind of sighs. It hasn't actually been too long, so I think she just sighs and looks off at the trees as they pass by them.
Sometimes The hardest part of losing someone you care about is figuring out how to move on and let go.
Teak buried him under Teak's. Teak hoped that he rest well. And Teak have friends now too that also help Teak and save her when Teak maybe should die instead.
What good friends they are. What happened to your friend Destrian, if you don't mind me asking?
Teak kind of... Teak asked him to save other friends. Teak asked him and Destrian say yes. Then he'd do it, but it means he had to leave.
I see. Find solace in the fact that your friend made a choice. One that he deemed worthy. I'm sure he now rests peacefully, knowing that he did the right thing for you and for himself.
Teak smiles awkwardly because that's the only way Teak can do anything. And then she looks at Lord Wyvernspear. She's gonna say, "You're good. Thank you."
I don't know if good is the word I would use to describe a man such as myself, but I try to do what little good I can. You are most welcome. And what of you, Cinder? How do you find yourself amongst these people you call friends?
Amongst this lot? Well, I suppose it started back when I met Gustav over there. We were in a mercenary group together. And, well, doing a job, and the job didn't seem quite like what we signed up for, so we, I guess, deserted in a way. Got captured, and that's how we ended up in a cage together. Eric, Philia, Gustav and I.
A cage? For what crimes?
Well, deserting.
I see. And what was it that you deserted?
Well, there was a village that we were supposed to go and rough up, collect taxes and whatnot. And well, when we got there, apparently the order changed, and then there was I guess just a slaughter. Houses getting burnt to the ground and whatnot. It was too much for old Gustav and I, so we left. And as we were leaving, one of the members from, I think, the Iron Court. Was it the Iron Court? I'm really not sure.
Definitely not.
No. Who was it?
I mean, are you talking about the guards you ran into?
Yeah.
They were the guards of the new ruler of Cairn, Deveril Dragos. They're his like personal infantry. Yeah, that's pretty much the name of the game here, right? No one wants to write anything down or remember anything. You guys need to stop taking these digital notes. I'm telling you. Get a fucking notepad, get a journal, and write shit down, because it's so much easier to sift through and find the stuff that you're looking for. And when you start writing it down, physically with your hand, it'll be better put into your memory.
I'm pretty sure I've written this stuff down.
Oh, so you just don't even have your journal that you wrote it all down on.
I have.
You're a slob.
I have my notes here, but
You're a lazy bastard. Your notes are poorly organized, because you're a poor student.
They kind of are.
Well, are you gonna continue or what?
Yeah, I remember it was some noble house. One of the guards from some noble
Noble house.
tracked us down.
Where? Within Cairn.
It was in Karen, yeah. Well, the place that we were going to was a small village just to the southwest of Farhelm. I forgot the name of it. Gramsbury.
Gramsby Village.
Aye.
You were part of the raid on Gramsby Village.
Aye. Well, I was there. I wasn't really participating. That was actually, we saved one of the ladies there.
Well, glad to know that at least someone there was decent.
Yeah, it was all a bit too much for us. So we hightailed it out of there with Robin. Different Robin. And
Different Robin.
Robin or Robin, something like that.
Robin and Robert.
Right. And well, that was when we got locked up, put in a cage, and transported on our way to Karen, I guess. But another group of free fighters called themselves the Resistance or something came through and slaughtered a lot of the guards and set us free. Here we are.
You all stuck together.
Eric will nod.
That's good. What happened at Gramsby Village was a terrible thing. If you ran into resistance from some sort of nobility, it must have been Dragos' men. Not a pleasant group of people. Did you see them?
We didn't get quite a good look at them. I remember they were wearing some kind of crest though.
Oh yes. The Coalheart Royal Crest. They still wear it as an insult to the former rulers of Cairn. They think it makes the transition easier. But there's a reason that people leave Cairn in droves. Deveril Dragos and his ilk are a poison in this land. They murder, rape, and pillage everywhere they go. Burning places like Gramsby to the ground. I'm not sure if you heard, but Gramsby Village no longer even exists. They wiped it off the face of the map.
Oh, I didn't quite know that. That's terrible. What happened then of the Band of the Fox?
That is a question that I don't rightly know. Loyal dogs like that, I'm sure they've been showered in riches from Deveril Dragos and his ilk. Probably doing more work for him. They either kill or herd people together like cattle to the slaughter. Take them away. God knows what they do with them.
Well, I guess we made the right choice then. Getting out of there.
So it would seem. If you were to be with the Band of the Fox any longer, I think one day you would have met the might of my hammer.
You can see Cinder taking a look at his hammer on his back there, or wherever it is.
Yep. Certainly glad we left the Band of the Fox.
Is Gustav awake?
I don't know. Gustav hasn't said jack shit. I think he's still sleeping back there like a piece of shit.
I think so too.
Might be time for you to wake him up. Yes, he's still technically asleep. Why do you ask, sir? Hello?
Just checking to see if he was awake. That's all.
Okay. And you can see, like, it in kind of Dwayne's, like, body language. You can tell he's a little, like, flustered just thinking about it. Like, riles him up. And he's silent for, like, a good, like, 20 seconds. just not saying anything, and eventually just kind of jumps like right back into the conversation to like complain more.
I like him.
The steward, his loyal lapdog, Deveril Dragos, does everything he wants.
Wait, who now? Devereaux?
Deveril Dragos, the steward, has put him in charge of Cairn. He's a horrible man. No respect for this land or this peoples. After what the Dracmorians did to them, they deserve our respect.
What exactly did the Dracmorians do?
Do you not know of the Abyss?
Not really, no.
My goodness. Where is it that you hail from?
Toynfil.
So close, and you've never been seated with the tales of the Cairn Abyss.
I had a little bit of a different childhood, so didn't really hear many stories.
Well, during the Great Wars, the Dracmorians were taking all the land they could get. Just how Cairn is now enthralled to the Dracmorian Empire. But the battle, so large and so bloody and so fierce, was fought, that now the land is stained red with blood. An uninhabitable place. Only the bravest of people wander there, for foul magics and evil spirits lurk within the Cairn Abyss. They speak tales of the dead that rise there, seeking revenge. I've only been but a few times. Most of it is controlled by the elves now. They think they can bring it back. But from what I've seen of it, there is no hope. Long and short of it, the Dracmorians forged just a bloody, evil war. And they tainted the land permanently with the flames of dragons. It's not uncommon, even where Eric hails from, the Ashen Plains, a strange land. Those who enter are not likely to come back, lost in the fog and the mist.
So, who were the Dracmorians fighting?
Cairn, the Coalhearts, royalty. They wanted what Cairn had, yet in the process, they destroyed most everything that made Cairn a once viable nation. It became a war of spite.
And my politics are a little bit rusty at the moment. Who's the steward of Cairn now?
Rusty? You don't know?
Neither do I.
Are you not Drakmorian?
I guess we don't really pay attention.
Aye, you're Drakmorian, you should know these things.
Have you met me?
What do you know of? You all seem to be quite
Uneducated?
odd in that sense. Yes, I suppose uneducated would be the word.
I mean, you're right. We are uneducated.
Hmm.
I guess I really was a spoilt child. A spoilt and ignorant child.
So it would seem.
So the Drakmorians and Cairn, or Dragonmore and Cairn, rather, not being on the greatest of terms, huh?
No.
And we're going into Cairn with a Drakmorian.
Yes.
Well, I suppose it's good that we know this.
It sure is. Now, you mentioned the steward of Dragonmore. You know not his name.
Steward of Cairn, you mean?
No, the steward of Dragonmore. Cairn is in the hands of Deveril Dragos.
Oh, I thought Devil Dragus was appointed by the steward of Cairn.
The steward of Dragonmore.
The steward of Dragonmore?
Yes.
Well, now I don't know.
How do you not know any of this?
You sure are wise, Lord Wyvernspear.
I do not say this is wisdom, but mere common knowledge.
Common knowledge.
Eric and Cinder are both just really ignorant.
Common knowledge. Well, I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, hang on a second. I go over to Gustav and I give him a kick on the leg. Hey, Gustav! Wake up there.
What's going on? Are the bandits? Start getting up.
Who's the steward of Drakenmore?
Well, I haven't really kept up, but it should still be Sidger's Ayman, right?
Sidgus Eamon. Is that right now?
I think your pronunciation could use a little work, but yes. Segaris Hyman.
Hyman. Sorry.
Philia's gonna come to the defense of these poor fools and be like, it's more common knowledge for the lords and ladies of the land to know the neighboring houses, the neighboring continents, and how they both interact with one another. But due to your plane's lack of a standardized education system, it's hard to say that it would be standard knowledge for everyone that doesn't have teachers and counsel.
Eric starts sweating.
Well, You have an excuse, at least, being from another plane. And yes, I know more than the common folk, but everyone should know the name of Segaris Hyman. He's the ruler of Dragonmore. And
Think of all
you,
this.
Gustav, you know his name. Are you from Drakenmore as well?
I am, yeah.
And where in Drakenmore do you hail from?
Strathmore, originally.
Huh? The Peninsula City.
Yeah.
You and Eric did not live too far from one another.
Eric's gonna like stare at Gustav.
Is
Like
that right?
excited.
Where are you from, Eric?
Ashbourne.
Would I know where that is?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 days north west of you. Of Strathmore, I should say.
I know that place. Not too far at all.
You been there recently?
Never been myself.
Right, of course.
What did you do in Strathmore? How did you find yourself alongside these people you call friends?
Well, I was part of the military, more or less, and or rather we, were sent out to hunt some monsters who were harassing some town, but more of them than we expected, and I was the only one who made it out. Then I was picked up by Band of the Fox. That's where I met Cinder here. And then we was a part of this raid. Cinder didn't really like the way it was going. We deserted, I guess, and these soldiers in purple didn't really take a liking to that. Threw us in a cage where we met these two. And then some other soldiers or militiamen, not quite sure, attacked the cart we was on. When we woke up, we was with this tiefling woman, an alchemist of sorts, very nice, who nursed us back to
Adela.
health. Right, Adela. Then, after that, she asked us to help her out, and we tried to do it, but the Church of the New Dawn got to her first. Then, some worse stuff happened. Electophilia. We lost some more people. Then after that, we was gonna help you get Susanna back, and I suppose we didn't exactly do the best job of that. Now he's here.
But
Mm.
Susanna,
What did you say, T?
I said we helped Susanna.
I suppose you did. You did what you thought was best.
He did what Susanna want. Teak go, Teak see Susanna. Teak talk to her. Susanna, wanted to go, and Teak wanted to help her because everyone say Susanna nice.
Susanna is a very nice young girl. But she is just that. A young girl. My daughter. She's compulsive and shouldn't be making such decisions at her age.
But she not alone. She have Robin.
Robert is someone I know nothing of.
Robin is funny. Robin probably could kill Teak, but Robin not. Robin always only want keep Susanna safe.
He is a skilled warrior.
Teak nods.
Does he use a large hammer?
Teak do not think Robin use hammer. Robin fight with hands.
Interesting. But seemed incredibly efficient. Does not use weapons at all. How does he aim to protect my daughter with no weapons?
Well, Teak think he not protect Susanna as much as they both protect each other.
As true as that may be, the people that would come after Susanna, she might not be able to fight alone. If he has no weapons,
I
how will
mean,
he help her?
he managed to defeat Gustav and Cinder?
Did he?
I just remember him defeating Gustav. I wasn't there for the previous rounds.
He win it thing where Teak learn sometimes people fight but not kill. Robin
It was a match.
Robin win that and win many money for him and Susanna.
A match. Like a fighting match. So Gustav did not have a weapon.
Raw didn't.
I guess
And he
maybe
lost.
that's why we never saw him fight.
So he only beat Gustav when Gustav had no weapon. Gustav had a weapon. Could have beat him.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Only furthering that this man should have a weapon.
Maybe the reason why we didn't see him fight with a weapon is because of the match. Wait, I guess he showed up in the fire building. I mean, I don't have any weapon. Never mind.
Well, I'm nevertheless glad that you all care so much about my daughter. I suppose it would be wise for us to find a place to camp for the night. It is getting late.
I'll start looking around for a good place to camp.
Yeah, and after like a few more minutes of walking along the road, you guys find there's kind of like a off the beaten path, like little cleared out like foliage and stuff like that, and it's a little ways off the road. You guys managed to like find yourself a pretty good spot. So you pull up the wagon and hitch the horses and stuff like that, and the cart is pretty loaded up. There's like a tent for there's the tent there's a tent for every 2 people. So there are 4 tents because Lord Wyvern's Spear is so big that he takes up most of one, so he has his own tent. And then there's 3 between the rest of you guys.
Teak is going to jump out of the cart and scramble up the nearest and tallest tree.
Okay. So everyone else.
I guess we all get.
What's that?
I guess we all get a tent to ourselves.
I believe there's 4 of you left, so there's 3 tents and 4 of you.
Philia has her own tent that she can donate to the cause.
Oh, there you go. Philia has her own tent. You can each have your own tent. So you guys spend a little bit of time and set up your tents, and Teak gets her tree set up, and you set up a little campsite and everything, and get settled in off the road. Philia's tent's not quite as cool or nice as the tents that you have from Lord Wyvern's Spear, but it's not bad. It's not a bad tent.
Would you rather one of these tents, Philia?
Oh no, it's fine.
Alright.
Teak kind of runs down and she's like scooping up some dirt to take back up the tree, kind of make it more branches for herself.
You know, Teak, you're gonna have to get used to not sleeping in trees one day.
Teak looks very, like, stricken by this. What you mean, Teak, not sleep in trees?
You're a lady and you should learn how to sleep in a bed.
Teak likes trees. Trees are bed.
Eric's just gonna shake his head. No, trees are trees. Trees are not beds.
But Teak not want to be in bed a lot. Teak likes trees. Teak doesn't want sleep in bed.
I think Gawain kind of overhears this and approaches. What seems to be the problem here?
I'm just trying to teach I'm just trying to teach Teak that she's not always going to be able to sleep in trees.
You prefer sleeping in the trees over the tent, Teak?
She paid a jail cell once for keeping her overnight, thinking it was some kind of lodging.
My goodness.
Teak. And then you can just see she's just kind of hugging the branch that she's on, the large branch that she has patted down with mud and her dirty, dirty bedroll to make some kind of makeshift bed.
She's a lady. Can't sleep in trees for the rest of her life.
Well, I see no problems with her sleeping in the trees over in the wilderness.
You can see Teak nod in agreement.
Let her do what brings her joy.
She snuggles in and looks very smug over her bedroll as she peers at Eric.
You win this time, Teak, but next time we're in a city, you're getting a full bath. We'll see who gets the last laugh then.
Oh, that is one thing that I have to say I can't argue against. You are...
dirty head fully out from the bedroll. And she goes, What bath mean?
It means to
Just gonna
clean
shut
the
up.
dirt off of you.
Blood? Dirt.
I understand you may like the dirt, but it is not as pleasant for others around you. On top of that,
You could get ill, Teak.
exactly, it could bring illness.
Teak never get sick before. The dirt keep Teak warm.
Never say never, Teak.
It's only a matter of time. Have you ever had a bath before, Teak?
No.
Ah. Then you do not know what you are missing.
Teak,
I too find myself dirty and bathed in the blood of my enemies. Situations like this, you get caught up in it. But you don't realize until you sit down in that bathhouse. It is like having all of your troubles washed away. You may not like it at first, but it refreshes you, brings you back to a state of neutrality and calm, and cleanses any ill spirits that may follow you. It's like being born anew. I think once we get to Cairn, we should have you a bath. You may be not very keen on the idea now, but trust me, I think you will enjoy it.
Teak not like water.
Teak, think of the water as a giant, warm puddle of mud that smells good
Teak,
and makes everybody like you.
Teak like how Teak smell.
Yeah, but Teak's the only one.
Teak smells like outdoors. Teak smell like the ground. You all smell like strong flower.
Eric's gonna point to the
stuff.
butt of a horse. Teak, you smell like something that should come out of that horse's posterior.
But
If the smell of
That's just
nature is
not-
what you seek, in Cairn, they have the finest bathhouses. They have all sorts of sense of nature that you've never experienced before. You know what I mean, Teak?
Teak shakes her head.
You could smell like mud that smells good.
There are places in this
Good
world that you have never been, Teak. Different smells that you have never experienced of nature. Cairn, they can provide you with those smells.
Teak is gonna look at the rest of the friends. Then she's gonna ask, and she's gonna sound very, very offended. Almost as if she's on the verge of crying. Do you all think Teak not smell good? Do you all think
Eric's not even gonna wait for them
this
to answer.
bath?
Teak, you smell like horse
I
dung.
get up from my bed. Alright, that's enough.
Philia's gonna go up and just be like, Teak, it's great that you are confident and you should be. You should be happy the way that you are. The point that they're trying to make is let's be okay with what you are. Let's accept the way that you are. And you should love the way you are, but we should try to improve every step that we can. And all they're trying to do is lay out a mat for you to improve and experiment with things you haven't done before.
This is not about how you smell, Teak. This is about a new experience. One that may change your life for the better.
Teak, you all think Teak should take bath?
I mean, not if it's gonna make you this upset.
She does
Teak,
a long dramatic sniffle.
Teak.
Teak. Listen to me. They have the finest mud baths you could ever imagine in Cairn. Cleanse the skin. Reinvigorate you. I will pay for this for you. But in order to get the full experience of the mud bath, you must cleanse yourself first. For your clogs, or your pores are clogged with unacceptable dirt. It's not bad dirt, but you've not seen a mud bath until you've experienced the ones in Cairn. I know how much you love mud.
Teak takes in like a shuddering breath, like a crying breath, like okay. Teak, take bath.
You'll be born anew. I myself look forward to the baths of Cairn. Some of the finest in the world. There's natural hot springs that come up through the marshes. It's quite impressive.
She she doesn't answer until she turns over in her bedroll. She shoves her face into the dirty, like her dirty bedroll, and you can just hear.
You know, she probably can't even smell what we smell like because she's too busy smelling the dirt that's been piling up on her body. No wonder we smell bad to her. She's just smelling herself.
There's no need to be rude.
Oh, that was rude. I'm so sorry.
Teak is a very sensitive soul. You're only trying to aid her. Lest you not forget that.
Eric will nod. How about it, Teak? If you don't like a bath, then I will spend an entire day rolling in mud with you.
Teak sniffles. You promise you won't get mad if Teak not like bath?
He's gonna take a large gulp, be like, oh god, this is actually possible. People change every day. I can't make such promises. But I will definitely roll around in mud with you. I'll even put it in my hair.
You're not
And
smelling
sleep in a tree.
for one whole day. You will roll
I
in
won't.
with Teak.
I'm confident we'll find a bath that you like. A mud
The
bath,
mud
a hot spring.
outside, not weird smelling mud. Mud that smells like dirt.
Alright, no horse shit.
What? She pauses, and you can hear she's a little confused.
We're not rolling around in
Yeah.
any dirt that smells like horse dung.
Teak sniffles again. Deal. And then she goes to sleep, crying as nightmares plague her.
I better do some research into baths. And Eric's gonna walk off to his tent. Thank you, Lord Wyvernsby.
Gives you a nod.
Billy sings a lullaby. Hey.
What's Cinder been doing through all of this?
Snoring.
I guess he's just been in his tent, just going through that deck of cards.
Cinder didn't even
yeah.
cast his vote.
I need to give Lord Wyvernsby the map and the book. He'll run back over to the Lord.
You run back over to Owain.
Yeah. And he'll pull out the map and book and hold it out.
He looks at it and he's like, Thank you for entrusting these to me, Lord Asteron.
Eric's just gonna take like a massive sigh. I don't think I deserve that, please.
Your secret is safe with me. It is only if you wish to tell your friends. Then you can do so on your own accord.
I mean, there's nothing to tell. I got kicked out.
I am well aware of what happened to your family. But it is quite regrettable. Your family was one of the good ones. They wanted to make things the way they used to be. And I can respect that. I'll do what I can to aid you in your travels. Maybe one day your family can regain its place amongst the Drakmorians.
I mean, if they even still are around.
Well, that is what I hope to discover within your your grandfather's book here.
I think the map might be of the north, past Ashwan. I've never really been there myself.
You've never been able to decipher what the map and what your grandfather's been saying?
No.
Interesting. Did he say anything to you when he gave you these things?
He said it would help, but I think I'm too stupid to understand what he meant.
It's good to know. I will guard these with my life and research them the best that I can. If anything comes to mind that you've discovered in here or anything your family said to you, do not hesitate to let me know.
You're not.
Now, I think it's been decided. We'll all go to the bathhouse when we get to Cairn. But first, we look for my daughter.
Of course.
Gustav?
Yeah.
You'll be joining us at the bathhouse?
I mean, alright.
If you wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind. Don't think it's entirely necessary, but
I think it'll do you good. You
Eric will
seem
nod.
to be drenched in arson.
Right.
Good. Well then, I'll put on some stew if anyone would like some. Otherwise, I will be in my tent. And you see, he like gathers from the cart, kind of cast iron pot and like a flimsy metal frame that he sets up over the fire and like hangs the pot off of it. He starts pouring some stuff into it and cooks up a bit of stew. And it's just kind of warming there for the
Also has
night.
a cooking pot.
So you guys can grab stew as you please and things like that. But he kind of retires to his tent for the remainder of the night, for the most part. Is anyone doing anything in particular for the rest of the night, or are you guys just kind of...
I'm gonna try and
hang
get
out?
some
Only-
stuff.
Crying very dramatically.
Okay. Teek's crying dramatically. What are you doing, Eric?
I'm gonna try and speak to Gustav.
Okay. Hey, you guys maybe gather yourselves some stew and find yourselves outside your tents, Eric and Gustav.
I think if like Gustav doesn't go get food, Eric will go get him some and like take it to his tent and sit down outside it.
I think I would have
Gustav?
got some stew.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think you can tell he wants to like talk about something, but he's like struggling to like bring it up. Like, how are you today?
I'm fine. Well, as fine as I can be given what happened, but something you want to say?
I just wanted to talk about what happened back there, really. If that's okay.
I mean, I don't remember much, but fine, sure.
You don't remember anything?
Just flashes. Look, I'm sorry about what happened, alright? It won't happen again.
Wait, why are you apologizing?
Well, I turned my sword against you all.
Eric's just gonna laugh, like... But you were under the effects of a weird explosion. Why would you apologize?
Well, I don't know when you put it that way, but I'm really scared, Teak.
It's okay. Teek's pretty tough. She'll know you didn't mean it. It'll be fine.
I hope so.
Eric will nod.
Teek's pretty tough as she's crying in the tree.
As I'm crying because I'm being forced to take a bath.
Yeah, Teek's really tough. Like, Gustav can see her from the same view. She's literally right behind her in like perspective. She's just crying and you can hear her and everything. Yeah, she's really tough.
Yeah.
While this is happening, Cinder exits his tent and paces over to one of the horses, the one that he was riding all day, and then gives
What's
it
he doing over
gives
there?
it a little pat, and then pulls out a dagger and cuts a bit of the mane of the horse
Uh-huh.
hair off.
All right. Yeah.
I thought you were about to kill Philia's friend.
Make me an animal handling check.
Oh gosh. Animal handling. Where is that on the list? Oh, here. I see it. Handle animals.
Oh, wow.
Hey. The horse whisperer.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah, like you kind of pat the horse and are brushing it and like calming it down, and you kind of quickly snip off some of the horse's mane, and it doesn't get startled or anything. It's still pretty calm.
Nice. Give it a little pat and head back towards the tent.
Gustav's trying to say that Cinder has sex with animals. Oh, you're talking about the pigeon thing. Nice. Alright, so you go back to your tent.
What the hell was that?
Doing anything? What do you mean, what was that? You saw him? You watched him do all that while you were talking to Gustav?
Oh, I guess I thought we would have paid attention when he just walked out of his tent and just walked off.
You tell me, yeah. If you were like, you're watching him after he came out of his tent.
Yeah, because I thought he was going to come and sit with us.
I see. So you were slighted by him not hanging out with you, so you watched him.
Cinder's just like that sometimes.
You see him kind of like go up and he's like petting this horse and does something quickly. You can't really tell exactly what because it's kind of dark out, but yeah, he just does that and just quickly walks back to his tent.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Cinder just does that sometimes.
It's okay, Patrick. You can go. We're about to end.
Okay. Sorry.
You should
Philia's napping.
probably get some sleep. I'll take first watch.
Actually, that sounds like a pretty good idea.
All right. Eric heads off to bed. Cinder's doing perverted things with horsehair in his tent. And that's where we'll end this week.
Cool.
Nice.
I
wanna say
kill
hi to
everyone in their sleep.
Yes, you do. Good session, everybody.
My friend was listening in as you forced Teak to agree to the bath.
It was great.
Yeah, do you want to say hi? Hi.
Hi, Quentin.
Hello.
It's not Quentin. This is Tia.
I was gonna say that does not sound like a boy's voice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
not
Tia.
Quentin's voice. Yes.
She's the one that's like me, right? Or I'm like her.